Welcome to part 2 of creating inner joins, and we're just going to start right back up where we completed part 1. And if you remember, and I'm sure you do, we looked at the data we were going to use, and then we entered this simple join statement. We're getting the first and last name from the person schema person table first name column, last name column, then from the person schema person phone table, the phone number, and we're pulling those by joining the person.person table to the person.person phone table. And we're going to pull records from them anytime the business entity ID value in person.person matches the business entity ID value in the person.person phone table. Okay, so we're just going to highlight our join statement, click execute, and notice there we go. We got 19,972 rows came back. So everybody, it looks like, has a phone number. So what I'm going to do now is Control R and make the result sets go away. And let's start to talk about how we can use table aliasing to clean this mess up and get away with a lot of this stuff. So notice person.person. I'm going to come down here, put a space, and just lowercase p. And notice all my person.person things went squiggly on me. Why? Because I now have to alias that with just a lowercase p, just like that. Notice my squiggly went away. That goes away. Here I'm using person.person here. All right, now my person.phone, let's just make this one ph. And notice I'll have to come up here and take person.person phone, change it to my alias value. Same thing right down here. And notice how much cleaner that looks, and notice how much cleaner it feels. But let me point out something. When I started entering this, I typed select, and then I have to kind of think ahead. And this is really hard for programmers because I'm actually going to put a variable in here before I actually create it. But I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to use the person table. I'm going to alias that to p, and I just put p.first name, p.last name, and I'm thinking, and I'm going to join to the person phone. That's ph. I'll just put ph dot, and all these will show squigglies until I get right here and say from, and I'm typing person.person, and I put a space and then that p, and then these will clear up. And then when I get down here after my inner join command and put person.person phone space ph, then this one will clear up. And then from that point on, I'll be cool. But once I alias something, I have to use it everywhere else. I can no longer refer to the table this way in the query. But just to show you this works, I'll go back, execute the command. There it is. And notice we got our same 19,972 rows back. Make the result sets go away. Now this is a very, very simple join. Work with this. Look at your two tables. Play with it. Make sure that it makes sense to you. And that is how you're going to build these things. Make sure that all this syntax, especially from right here, the from, the inner join, and then the on command. This right here, from person.person p, inner join person.person phone ph, says join these two tables, join person and person phone, or p and ph, the way we've aliased them. Now, how are we going to join these and compare them? Well, we're going to join them on this common column here called business entity ID that is in both tables. All right, and notice we're saying as long as business entity ID equals the business entity ID in the other table. When they equal, then give me these three columns. And then we'll go check the next row, and the next row, and the next row, and the next row, till we've covered both tables. And you don't have to worry about which table is it going to compare and which one's it going to read first. The optimizer figures that out, and SQL takes care of that for you. So anyway, that's a very simple example of creating an inner join. If you can start with that, you can build from there. It doesn't matter how complex they get. Just look for the building blocks, the pieces, select from, inner join, and on, and you'll be just fine.